I'm delighted to know that Meghan has finally discovered my videos. That must be the reason why she was seen wrapped like a New York burrito. But something tells me that these photos are not as spontaneous as she wants us to think. Welcome back, my body language buddies. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy, and it will be great if you join us by just liking this video, subscribing, and hitting that bell. Let's get down to it. Meghan was spontaneously seen shopping near Montecito, and these photos were supposedly leaked by a paparazzi. Now, when I'm doing a body language analysis, I try my best to find videos that show candid moments of the people that I'm going to study, because that helps spot real body language reactions. Just like that clip from the royal wedding, when this gentleman was helping our forever glorious Duchess of Sussex to step out of the limo, and he received a not so polite, "Don't touch me, peasant." The logic behind picking candid moments is being able to spot them when they happen in your daily life, with people around you. I want you to learn them and be able to pick them up. But sometimes we got pictures like this. They want to come off as spontaneous, but there's something that is just off about them. I always suggest the same strategy when you have to analyze a photo. Ask yourself the question, who was behind the camera? This is very important because when you look at a picture, your brain instantly puts you as the spectator, as if it were actually you that is looking at the scene. And that's why any female glam influencer has so many simping male fans, because they feel like they are right there with her. Spoiler alert, it's her boyfriend who's taking the photo, you jerks. The moment you think about who's taking the photo, you instantly think about the situation itself. It's the best way to make your mind take a step back for an honest look at the situation. And in this case, we have a very good clue. That is that single shadow on the floor. By the angle, the lighting, and the shadows, that person couldn't have been more than 4 meters or 4 yards from Meghan. So they were quite close. At the same time, this must be the cleanest and sharpest paparazzi photos in history, especially by the fact that this happened at a time of the day where the angle of the sun fell exactly in the best way possible to light whoever got out of the shop. I mean, why aren't there any pictures of Meghan inside the shop? Or she getting into the car, or anything that doesn't look like a clean shot of her? But just the fact that it was a single person taking pictures and not 2 or 3 can tell you that there is something odd with the situation. Well, it's not like there were many paparazzis at New York City, so maybe just one this time is fine, I guess. But this appearance happened right after there were rumors that she had decided to remain indoors because of the backlash of her appearance on The Ellen Show. I already mentioned in a prior video that this is perfectly understandable because the effect was absolutely not what she expected. The other big question that anyone can ask is, how did the photographer know that this was her? I would have thought that it was Courtney Cox, or Alanis Morissette, or Jared Leto. So we keep stacking signals that this was a staged photo shoot. And the other signal is how there is immediate information about all that she is wearing, and also extremely clean shots of the shop's fronts. But wait a minute. Why would a paparazzi take photos of the shop itself? Seriously? Oh god, no, really. These people really think that we are stupid. This is the saddest attempt at merging whatever she was wearing and the brands that she was trying to amplify. This is the privacy that she wanted, to stay out of the spotlight and live a normal life. I'm going all in on the bet that if Meghan actually gets out of her mansion and walks around commoners like this, the only attention she will get is the dumbfounded look of everyone trying to guess why this mysterious woman is cosplaying like the Invisible Man for what is obviously the wrong weather. Of course, I'm sure Meghan is not promoting these shops and these brands for free. She must be getting a handsome deal for wrapping herself in all those layers. What is so odd is, how does this attempt at being spontaneous reflect on her brand image? Because that causes confusion, and I think even her fans are confused, because some of them should be thinking, hey, do not share this picture and respect the privacy of the Duchess, and others must be feeling that these photos are so perfectly staged and shot that it doesn't feel wrong at all to share them. And that is a big question when it comes to how do you want to be perceived by other people. The greatest recommendation that I can give you is that The easier it is for anyone to understand what you do and your intentions, the easier it will be for them to trust you. That's why it's so hard to trust Harry, because I'm sure nobody has the slightest clue about what does a chief impact officer do. If people have a hard time figuring you out, they will also have a hard time trusting you. And it's not like you're going to be absolutely open or reveal all your cards in the first sitting, because that will make you instantly boring. So you have to make it easy for people to figure you out. But at the same time, you have to leave something for later so you're interesting enough. How can you do that? Well, the first step of trust is intentions. Some people are just not clear about their intentions from the get-go, just like that high school friend that called you out of the blue, invited you to catch up on things, and it was just a multi-level marketing pitch. And no, am I right? The problem with Meghan is that there are so many twists and turns and stories and layers and detours about what are her intentions, and sometimes who is the real Meghan Markle. I must say that 2015 Meghan acting on Suits with her blog The Tig and traveling the world was much more relatable. She looked like a woman with passion for acting, for beautiful things and experiences, and for social matters. And it just made sense. It was compelling. But as time went by and strange facial expressions went by, it's harder and harder to understand what is her real agenda. And everyone that saw these photos in one way or another, down within them felt that something was off. That is something that you just can't avoid. We make split judgments of every action of those around us. That's natural. At first, those judgments could be unfair for the other person, and that's why we usually give them the benefit of the doubt until we can confirm or discard our observations. The problem when you're a public persona is that the internet never forgets. And it will be okay if you just remember your $5 smile, but in reality, people have more and more reasons to have doubts about the Harkles' intentions, and sometimes flat out not trusting them. It has become increasingly difficult to connect with any of their initiatives. I really believe that there is always a sliver of hope for redemption. Everyone deserves an opportunity to prove themselves, prove that they can actually represent the idea that they originally sparked in the audience's minds. It's really sad that Meghan spent so much time and energy into building some kind of reputation that actually made sense. And every person that met her, they always said that she was charming and genuine and fun. Everything from Megxit to this point feels like a complete cash out. And I'm not talking about the merchant deals. It's like sacrificing tiny bits of your reputation so that your ego can get away with one thing today and another thing tomorrow. But reputation can take only so many hits. You have to water that plant constantly if you want to have more than one batch of fruits. Do you think the Harkles will finally come to their senses and understand this? Let me know your opinion in the comments. If you want to refine your observation skills, all you have to do is download my 100 body language tips right in the description of this video. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas, and it will always be a pleasure, my body language buddies. Much love and bliss.